What's up, everybody? I'm Mike, and I have the honor to share with you the instruments of reggae. Now, reggae, I like to see as a very vast, very spatial, positive vibe in music. And let me share with you all the instruments and how they're played. So, reggae instruments include drums, electric bass and guitar, keyboard, vocals, horns, brass, Afro-Cuban percussion, and the music is very bass heavy, meaning it gets that downbeat on the two. So let's go back up to drums. Drums are membranophones. They are struck on the surface like electric bass and guitar, even including acoustic guitar, are chordophones. They are played and plucked individually and also strummed. Keyboard, chordophone, playing multiple chords or playing a certain melody. Vocables, not really. They kind of just like, don't worry, be happy. Just like that. Horns. It's like aerophones blown. They're blown mostly in the background. This mostly has some relation towards like classical reggae. Most reggae songs include brass instruments such as trumpet and trombone. Afro-Cuban percussion. This includes bongos. It includes congas and maracas, actually. So you can shake or you can... And now, some pictures. This is a guy in a band. He has chimes, including percussion. He has a tambourine. And he also has some other percussion stuff, like I see a cowbell. I see like a wooden block. You have another band. These guys are having fun. This guy right here is vocal. This guy's on the drums. This guy's on, it looks like the electric guitar. We got a saxophone. And then we have several keyboards here with this guy. He looks like he's having a good time. Next, we have another band. Another happy band. Reggae is very happy. It's very positive. It looks like we have the lead vocalist right here. We have a guitarist. We have somebody right here on percussion, which are drums. And then we have the bass guitar. Another one. We have lead vocalist and electric guitar player. We have, it looks like somebody who might be playing the bass guitar and a keyboard. And then we have two other guys in a band with electric guitar, some percussion in the background, and this guy on the electric bass. Thank you very much. This includes my instrument portion of the reggae presentation. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the presentation.
Hello, my name is Aiden, and I'm here to talk about the musical elements of reggae music. Alright, and the time signature to start off is usually in 4/4, most of the time with heavy accents on the second and fourth beats. And next up, the form is usually a strophic form, containing a verse and a chorus, and sometimes a bridge. Generally, reggae music includes vocals, bass, electric guitar, drums, and often backing vocals, and with often pretty simple chord sequences overall. When it comes to harmony, the harmony is used, usually with backing vocals and regular vocals. And the texture is usually monophonic, but backing vocals sometimes can create a polyphonic texture in some reggae pieces. And overall, the biggest thing to focus on and what sets reggae apart is the relaxed singing style and the very defined rhythmic feel of the beats on 2 and 4 that are accented. Alright, well, thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Jameson. Thank you for tuning in with me on this beautiful day to learn about reggae music. Today I'll be walking you through the cultural significance of reggae music, both in and out of Jamaica, and also we'll be looking at what reggae music came from. Let's get right into it. Okay, so reggae music originated in Jamaica in the late 60s. It was influenced both by Caribbean calypso and mento music, as well as African-American jazz music, and American R&B. Coming from the Afrocentric religion of Rastafari, reggae music helped to unite the country during their violent civil wars. Bob Marley started living in London in 1976 and was a sensation all across UK. Reggae musicians hold concerts all over the world that are pretty similar to our rock concerts, if not even more informal. Reggae music was originally exclusively played by the natives of Jamaica, but as its popularity rose and spread across the world, other groups from those areas started playing it as well. Now, although reggae music doesn't have any dance linked to it, the dance movements of ska and rocksteady did influence the dance that people might do to reggae. And how can we talk about the culture surrounding reggae without discussing marijuana? Marijuana, weed, grass, the skunky mama, or known in Jamaica as ganja. Jamaica was the first country to legalize weed in any format and was used mostly for Rastafarian practices. But until 2015, the use of weed was illegal recreationally. The referencing of weed in songs is pretty common as well, with Peter Tosh singing Legalize It back in 1976. Alright, and that about wraps it up for me. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.
Alright, I'm Mike.
I'm Jameson.
I'm Aiden.
Keegan.
And for this portion of our reggae presentation, we are going to talk about two musical pieces of reggae. One classical and one modern.
Our first piece is going to be our classical piece. It's based on the David Dubrick Quartet, Take 5, back in 1959, and this adaptation is by King Tubby.
So already starting off with the electric guitar. We have some saxophone.
Yep, pretty swing reggae type beat.
Definitely feels like a music to relax to.
Yes, I can definitely sit down and relax to this.
Probably goes into the name of the thing of take 5 minutes for a break.
Oh, take 5 minutes for a breather?
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty good idea.
It is the jazz saying, Take 5. So the original piece was in 5/4, which is an odd time signature, and when it was adapted for reggae, it was put in a 4/4, because that makes a lot more sense for reggae.
What about the tone? I really enjoy the tone. It's like swinging. It's very suave, smooth.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's almost like jazz, but
I'd say the guitar is mostly clean as well. Very little
nice.
distortion on
It's
it.
a little choppy.
Yeah.
yeah, gives that boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum. I love good sax. Like really brings out the melody. I think the sax does.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very similar between jazz and reggae. I see them to be particularly maybe brother figures, I think.
Yeah, and it would make sense seeing as the history of it is basically that Europeans basically colonized all these places, brought people from Africa to basically work as slaves for them, and then slavery gets abolished, and pretty much, even though these Africans are from different cultures in Africa, they come together kind of sort of through their mutual suffering, and they create a culture all their own. But it's very similar in different ways because they're all in this one spot, and the music all is the same, probably because it comes from the same like general continent.
Right.
I think the biggest thing is similar with reggae and jazz is the swing type rhythm. And but the only thing with reggae is it seems to have a little bit more space in between the chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazz has a lot more in there. Swing
Another thing is I noticed that percussion that is really keeping that steady beat, that steady root for the song.
And a lot of reggae takes inspiration from like Afro-Cuban percussion styles.
Yeah.
Just because of the area.
All right.
All right, now we're gonna
Nice.
switch to a more recent song, a band called Iotera. It's quite different from the previous one.
Like picturing like a nice night.
So what I
Stars
noticed,
out.
something I noticed right away is the guitar has some sort of wavering effect you can hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
playing those
like a
chords.
trombone.
It's like, yeah, it's giving that
Yeah.
good root.
It's
Good
got like
root
a-
for. We have a vocalist.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
And the vocals are very relaxed and
Yeah, very like very
relaxed.
soft.
It's still a very relaxed song, but I would say it feels less relaxed than the first one. Most definitely.
Some harmony, and nice. I like that.
Some cool keys going on. Cool effects.
Yeah, it almost seems like it's like a very, I don't know, slightly space themed.
Like this definitely gives me a very spatial vibe.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more emphasis on the drums. You've got more fills between like vocal breaks,
Yeah.
and it's a lot more involved.
I also think you can slightly hear the drums a lot more than the previous ones. Like they're much more out in the open than.
And you're hearing that bass guitar really stand out too.
Yeah.
It's still keeping that dun, 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 dun rhythm. It's like it's very bouncy.
Yeah. Still very bouncy. You can still hear, I believe you called it the swaying.
Yeah, swanging.
You can definitely still feel it.
Yeah.
And I think the lyrics also add another kind of sort of level to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think adding lyrics to any kind of song really adds depth.
Yeah.
It adds more meaning to the song. For these vocalists to sing and harmonize with the harmony of these instruments.
And this is I think I mentioned before, it's a band called Iotera. They were formed around 2010, 2005, and this album came out in 2019. And I actually saw them in concert a few years ago, and it was a great concert.
We have a little electric guitar solo.
Yeah, there's definitely, as it has progressed, you can start to hear kind of sort of the incoming of the more electrical
Yeah.
instruments.
You're seeing a lot more distortion on this guitar.
Yeah, absolutely. I think another thing that the song really includes that's important is every part of the song has their own solo. Like you hear the vocalist, you hear the guitar, you hear the drums, you hear the bass guitar have their individual part in the song, which I think is really important. It adds a showing effect that, you know, we all get the chance to show what reggae is.
Yeah.
I think this was a great song.
Yeah.
Pretty good vibes all around.
Yeah, and I
Big relaxation, you know, like really takes you out of the world, puts you in this really positive mindset. I think reggae brings two really similar but also contrasting songs. What could you guys maybe bring out for similarities?
So the rhythmic structure is really similar along a lot of reggae.
Yep.
Because you'll always get strong beats on 2 and 4. On the first piece, we saw it more with the clean electric guitar. But in the second modern piece, we saw it more with the drum set.
And on the keys.
Right.
And all generally the laid back, like not super, not very nasal ever. With the lyrics.
Right,
It's
no
right-
nasal, no
right in the
nasally.
throat.
Yeah.
It's easy on the vowels. And
I found both songs very open for anything. And that really it means a lot, and I think both of these songs being so spatial, I think, really adds, like, there's more that we could put towards it. And that's what I really enjoyed about both pieces. Yeah. Alright. Well, thank you for tuning in to our presentation. I hope you enjoyed reggae. We did. So, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, that was good. That was great.